I'm Christina Hoverman. I teach English 11 here and AP Literature, Creative Writing, and Senior Writing Lab. I'm also the English department head for the upper school and the school in general. I have loved English forever. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be like an author, illustrator. I was writing all the time. I was reading all the time. My parents will tell you that I never was out of my room because I was always reading. And so I love being able to bring that passion to students' lives, but then also to see it impact kids who don't necessarily have that same passion. So when I come excited about something, I think that can permeate into their lives as well. The English department here at WC is wonderful. We are a team that works really heavily together. In our junior high, in our 7th and 8th grade, we have Emily Solinger, who teaches 7th and some 8th. We have Abby Palmer, who also is teaching some of 8th grade. And then in the 9th through 12, we have Abby Palmer again, who's doing the 9th grade English, Joel Walton, who's doing the 10th grade English, and then Marsha Olson also does the 12th grade English while I'm here in the 11th grade. Our department is really special because we have so much creativity that goes into our planning and our activities. Even just in the required courses, our teachers do such a great job of coming up with assignments and projects that allow students to show their understanding and knowledge without just taking tests or writing a standard paper. While we're really invested in getting our students to be strong writers, to write analytical pieces, we also do projects that allow them to use their creative sides that might highlight different skills that still show knowledge at a higher level. I know that Abby Palmer is doing a really cool assignment where they're making propaganda posters, and it's been really cool to see how the students embrace that and get excited about that assignment. We also have some really neat electives, such as creative writing, which is one of the courses that I teach, that allows students to just investigate lots of their different interests. It allows them to express themselves in different ways. It allows them to investigate some of their emotions that come in high school and experiences that maybe some other kids aren't experiencing, and get feedback from an adult. And that's been really cool to see some development in their writing and in their understanding of themselves and in their understanding of how God's working in their life. We also have some other electives, such as speech that Miss Olson teaches, that allows them to, again, express themselves in a different way while they're speaking instead of just writing. And then finally, again, there's a senior writing course that I teach that allows students to just do some real-world experiences with writing. They write their senior essay, which allows them to explore a variety of topics that are very specific to them. It also allows them to explore resumes and interviews in a really authentic way that they'll likely use for years and years to come. In addition to reading and writing, one of the high priorities of the English department is for our students to become critical thinkers who are engaged with really challenging topics, and that they're willing to listen and engage with others about those challenging topics while still bringing their own perspectives and their own worldview that they've learned through the community here at WC, through their parents, through their teachers, through their churches. So we really love to teach them how to speak and listen, not just debate, but to hear each other, to develop their ideas, and to be critical thinkers in our world around us. What makes the English department here distinctly Christian is not that we shy away from challenging topics. It's that we teach kids how to look at those topics and see how they can bring Jesus into those different challenging things that life's going to throw at them. And one of the great ways that we can do that is through some of the books that we read and how we can see what's going on in our world, see the brokenness in our world, and show them that that's a real thing and that we can see those experiences that we read about in books, see the topics that we read about in books, and learn to love people who are going through some of those challenging things. We can learn to bring Jesus into some of those challenging topics and guide them in that direction to be able to see that, and not just to read about those topics or write about those topics without any support from a loving adult in the classroom. So I think that's what we really bring. We also get to explore storytelling, and Jesus just told so many amazing stories to just show us God's heart and his heart for us. And so that's been really cool to just show kids how storytelling can be impactful, whether it's through their own story or looking at other stories that they read in the classroom or outside of the classroom. So I think that's really what makes us distinctly Christian. There's lots of ways that all the different teachers incorporate it, but I think that's something that we do well as a department overall.